Good evening, you're watching Karelia News. Our today's agenda is cooperation between Karelia and China. In this podcast, I'll talk about the results of this partnership and its future prospects. The first attempts to establish communication between Karelia and China were made back in 2013, when the Karelian delegation provided a presentation in Moscow to attract Chinese investors to the region. 4 years later, on the 1st of November 2017, the Republic of Karelia and Fujian Province signed a number of 5-year agreements on closer relations. These agreements contribute to the development of various areas of cooperation: economy, education, and tourism. The question is, why did the Chinese dragon came to the north? The first reason is economy. If Chinese journalist says that China is interested especially in energy and investment projects. The most dramatic example of this is the memorandum on cooperation in the extraction of natural stone. The head of the Republic, Arthur Bertenchikov, stated that despite the pandemic, mutual trade volumes have increased. China's trade with Karelia surged by 70% in 2020. China is the second largest trading partner of Karelia right now. The second reason for the strengthening of cooperation is education as a sphere of dialogue. In 2019, Petrozavodsk State University hosted an official delegation from Fujian University. Both sides expressed their interest in the further development of cooperation in the scientific and academic sphere. Vice President of Fujian University, Mr. Wang Qian, stressed his hopes that mutual strategic cooperation will be so productive that two Chinese partners will learn the Russian language. The last reason of the partnership is with China's interest in the northern tourism. The two-sided networking contributes to increasing the Chinese tourist flow to Karelia. Yuri Savelyev says that Karelia is trying to make its tourism offers focused on Chinese tourists. For example, Karelia is planning to promote special yoga tours and water tourism. The Karelian tour agencies believe that it's probably better to embed its tours in Moscow and St. Petersburg's programs for Chinese tourists. Karelia has become a very popular holiday destination during the pandemic. And speaking about the pandemic, our team asked the head of Karelia what is the coronavirus, that impulse or obstacle for cooperation with China.
Our friends from the Fujian province sent some personal protective equipment to Karelia for free, and we are very grateful.
The Karelian government also had used the Chinese epidemic experience in fighting against the virus. The ongoing pandemic has forced Karelia and China to adjust their plans, but they want to hold postpone joint activities and continue their cooperation. As you can see, the results of the previous cooperation were quite fruitful, but the agreement on close relations will expire in 2022. What should Karelia wait for next? Chinese officials pointed out that its bilateral relationship is supported at the highest state level, and that cooperation between the two regions will open broad opportunities for the implementation of joint projects. Karelia is also ready for further cooperation.